J. Cole apology. A lot of people around the culture is having mixed feelings about it. I've seen a couple reactions, so I want to add to those. My reaction to the reactions, right? So you have Styles P that says battle doesn't live that way. You got Joe Budden saying something, Charlemagne applauding J. Cole because it's basically like, yo, with that diss, we kind of felt like you didn't really want to dance anyway. It was evident. It was apparent, right? So you deal with that. You deal with Charleston White saying that, you know, he has a good heart. You frame these things in hip hop, right? And so now my conversation running alongside all of those reactions today will be a different, I'll try to take a different angle. Number one, J. Cole, me and Simba argued about this. Shout out to Simba. I went toe to toe with Simba trying to put J. Cole in a position to say they got J. Cole messed up. And I'm not sure why they looking at J. Cole as if he can't get out there and dance with them boys. He gonna be the one to surprise them. This is my argument, right? J. Cole is someone that comes from the South. Today, I'm going to try to help J. Cole with understanding that nothing big is done alone. I got a unique perspective because as soon as the Kendrick Lamar diss dropped, I was out on the West Coast. So I had interaction with some of the guys on the West Coast that matter. They got a voice in the culture. And so they strong about Kendrick. Like, we was going at it. Because for me, I'm always say they better neutralize Pluto. Because he the boy that seemed to be bulletproof when it come to all of this corny talk, all of this broke talk. Like, I don't know what you're going to be able to do. And he locked in with Metro. That's going to be the neutralizer. Why they all think everything going to be rapidy, right? So that's my position. Cole, I put him out there. And I try to tell people to be careful when you bark up some of these trees. You know, people in the culture always say, don't bark up that tree might fall on you, right? Jay-Z is known for having that quote in one of his lyrics. Sometimes the tree is rooted so deep and it's such a big tree, it's such a big deal. Nigga, the branches shaking off this tree will kill you. I bury you niggas with the branches of this tree. I don't work so hard on this tree, it's rooted, man. So you come shaking this tree, before the tree come down, some of these branches gonna come falling off, and so many branches, so many businesses attached to it, so many people love it, so many people engage with it, so many people live, die by it, right? So it's like attacking this, these branches will fall on you and bury you. J. Cole got in a position to where he instantly bagged out of the competition. Today, I'm not gonna be as harsh on J. Cole doing what was best for him because I understand protecting your mental health. But I am going to bring some things to the forefront that may be uncomfortable if he ever runs across this video. Earlier, you heard me tell you guys that he was training for Drake his whole career. So even now with those slick shots, if you're asking me, I still believe those slick shots that he's throwing to literally be at Drake, because you can tell it ain't at Kendrick, and he always says the big three. Process of elimination says what? They have to be going at Drake. This is my narrative. On top of that, all of those disses are interesting when you look back on them because I know half of the culture, not even just in rap, I'm talking about in the hood, everywhere in this culture, half of this shit, they beat you on bravado. So they try to beat you with bravado. That's why you're him. They don't want to test me, dog. And you know, it's like swatting a flying out, right? Because it's a bravado match. I remember being in a position one time and an old head in jail told me, he said, man, these dudes don't really want to hurt each other. It's just be people looking. It's just a lot going on to kind of force their hand. But if you go in the room and lock the door and say, let's do it, me and you right here, nobody gonna see it, best man come out. A lot of these guys gonna find a way to talk their way out of those scenarios. And so I took that and I've always looked at it, and I remember the first time I put that to test. And I was always willing if I go there because they had me fooled thinking that going there, everybody's willing to go there until I went there and figured out ain't nobody else here. I went all the way and figured out I'm the only one out here. So now this is a game. This is a trick they play, right? And so with rap, you see that same kind of thing. It just morphed into they try to whoop you with the bravado. Hopefully, I rap over here good enough to where niggas see that, man, I don't really want it with Cole.